What's up, YouTube? I'm the BowTie fragrance guy on this channel. Obviously, we talk about fragrances. We always talk about fragrances, and I talk about fragrances across the board. Niche fragrances, designer fragrances, and I even sometimes touch on inspired by or clone or dupes, whatever title you want to ascribe to them at this point. I cover it all, man. So if you're into smelling good, of course, looking good as well, because I talk about fashion. I give some style tips on this channel and also talk about grooming from time to time. So kind of the whole gamut of smelling and looking good. If you're into that, make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable your notifications by hitting that little bell icon as well. It's somewhere down there. That way, anytime a new video is uploaded on this channel, hopefully YouTube will notify you guys that I have uploaded a video. So on today, guys, I'm going to be continuing along with my series, The Only 5 Fragrances a Man Needs for the Rest of His Life. And today we're going to be talking about a niche brand that is very, of course, near and dear to my heart. It's one of the first brands outside of Creed that I really delved into, and I guess you would say built a collection, if you want to call it that. But I'm talking about the brand of Bond No. 9. This particular brand to me is, honestly, I don't think a lot of people really talk about Bond. And when I kind of came into the space of talking about fragrances on YouTube, it was already kind of, I think, split as it pertains to people's opinions of the brand, which honestly is kind of like that for most brands, but I think even more so with this one. And I think that's why you don't see as many people talking about the brand. But at the end of the day, I march to the beat of my own drum all the time, and it's a brand that I personally love. I have probably 50 Bond No. 9 fragrances. I know that's crazy. So this was, in a way, this list was easy, but in a way it was kind of hard because there's so many that I really, really like. By that same token, like the top 4 was like no brainer. So, but anyway, that's what we're talking about today. The only 5 Bond No. 9 fragrances a man needs for the rest of his life. I'm going to run the intro. When we come back, we'll get into it. If you want to see what made my list, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into this video. Now, a few of these videos I've done in this series, if you haven't seen the others, make sure you click on, I have a playlist and you can see all of them. I think it'll be cool to kind of watch the whole list. But some of these lists I've had an honorable mention, and there's been a reason for that honorable mention. This particular house needs an honorable mention. So the honorable mention from Bond No. 9 is going to go to this one, New York Oud. New York Oud. This is rose, oud, plum, orris root. This is an honorable mention because, as it stands right now in this moment, this fragrance is discontinued and you cannot, well, it's hard to find it. Obviously, second market, maybe like eBay, or of course, maybe on a Facebook group or something like that, yes. But in a store or a discounter, can't find this fragrance. And honestly, just based on the scent profile, what it means to me personally, this is definitely one of my favorites. Without question, it's one of my favorites. I love rose. I love that rose oud combination. This one is so different and unique because it has that fruitiness from that plum. Very juicy, kind of ripe plum that you get with the rose oud in this fragrance. And of course, it's got a little bit of that sweetness on the dry down, a little bit powdery. That's coming from that orris note. And I think that really enhances the overall DNA of this fragrance. It smells unique. There's a Bond No. 9 has a certain scent profile, and you definitely pick up the Bond No. 9 DNA in this fragrance as well. But I absolutely just love the way this stuff smells. I've been through a 50 ml of this, and this one, as you can see, has a nice dent in it. Don't wear it as much because I don't know when I will ever be able to get another bottle of it. So I do still wear it from time to time because I really enjoy it, but like I said, I just have cut down on it because I can't get another one right now. And for what a lot of people are asking for it, I'm just not really into that. Most of the time it's paying, 3-4 times what a fragrance costs. Not really my thing in most cases, but it is one of my favorites. It gets an honorable mention from this house. Of course, this is New York Oud. All right, now jumping into the 5. The 5th fragrance, this was the one that was kind of a toss-up. There were so many others that I considered for this spot. But I'll show you what the fragrance is first, and then we'll jump into the fragrances really quickly, just to mention a few that were really close. But this one is called BowTie Signature Scent. Signature Scent. This is rose, oud, tonka bean, and musk are pretty much, I say the main note, but pretty much all the notes in this fragrance. This has a very high oil concentration in it. So what is the concentration that they listed as? Is this a parfum? Yeah, it's a parfum concentration. So very high oil concentration, not a huge projector, but it projects enough and it lasts for a long time on my skin. And again, it's just really a combination of, out of the notes listed, the 4 notes, 3 of those are in my top 6 notes in fragrances: rose, oud, and tonka bean. And like I said, it has some musk in here as well, but those are the main notes, the rose, oud, and the tonka. So I love a sweet rose oud fragrance that is sweetened up by tonka bean. Again, give me tonka bean any day to kind of sweeten up a scent profile versus vanilla. That's the kind of guy that I am. But this is an amazing fragrance. Amazing fragrance. I actually have they have like the silk, the body silk, like the lotion for this one. That actually kind of enhances the longevity even more. So I love wearing those in combination. Just an amazing fragrance. Now, like I said, a few that I considered here. Bond number 9, Dubai Gold is so good from the Dubai collection. That was in high consideration to be on this list. Riverside Drive is another one I love. Clean office fragrance. Nice pineapple basil combination up top with that one. Just to name a few. There's a few others, but I don't really have to go through all that. But all of the fragrances that I considered, but this definitely kind of edged it out. I had it longer. It's been more of a staple for a longer time period. So yeah, one of my top 5. Only fragrances a man needs from Bond number 9. I got to put this one in there. This is Bond number 9 Signature Scent. All right, guys, the next fragrance is the only newcomer to the collection to kind of break into that top 5. You already know what this is if you've been rocking with me for any amount of time. This is number 1. Number 1, man. Listen, tonka bean, rose, yang ylang, and patchouli are the main notes. I just love this fragrance. Just love this fragrance. I bought this one from the Bond number 9 counter in Neiman Marcus because when I put my nose on it, I had to have it. I had to have it. Again, the yang ylang here. You get that banana-like yang ylang. It just works so perfectly with the rose here, that floral accord that it creates. It's just sweet smell to my nostrils, man. Just love it. The accord that it creates here. And like I said, guys know how much I love patchouli. That's one of my other favorite notes in fragrances. Nice dry down of patchouli here. Got some tonka bean again. There's tonka. Sweetens it up when it starts to dry down. This is an amazing fragrance, a compliment machine on my skin. And again, at the end of the day, it's a scent profile that I just gravitate towards, and that's why it is on the list. Another one that I was thinking about that I was really close to putting on this was New Harlem. But this one just kind of edged out, those other fragrances for me personally, because it just speaks to me more on a personal level. And that's what this is about at the end of the day. So one of the 5 fragrances a man needs from Bond number 9, number 1. It would probably be criminal if I did not put this next fragrance on the list just based on the bottle, right? This next one is one I've had for a while, and definitely one of my favorites. I probably got about half the bottle left. And of course, there's a centerpiece for him. And yes, it comes with a bow tie. Yep, what you get is juniper berries, pineapple, black currant. Some of the main notes in this amazing, and cedarwood. Some of the main notes in this amazing fragrance. This fragrance got a lot of hype when it came out because A lot of people, kind of compare it to Acqu Di Ventus. Not that much, though. This fragrance, the more I smell it, I think it's just because it has the pineapple and the black currant. Obviously, it's one of the things that people used to do all the time. They don't do it as much now because there's so many clones and inspired by fragrances of Acqu Di Ventus. But anytime pineapple was in something, they said, oh, Aventus. Now, the black currant and the pineapple does give it a slight, going to give you a slight remembrance of the DNA. But when you really compare them side by side, they're a lot different. I think one of the biggest differentiators here is the juniper berry note in here. Amazing fragrance. Again, like I said, it's one of the first 5 I think that I got from the collection because I was most intrigued by it. And I've told many stories about how many compliments this has gotten. This is one of my most complimented Bond No. 9 fragrances. That's not the reason it's on the list. It's on the list because I love the fragrance and because it has a bow tie. But at the end of the day, like I said, that's what fragrances are about, man. What speaks to you personally? What kind of experiences do you have with it that help kind of create those scent memories that make some fragrances, if you can't really differentiate by how good they smell, what scent memories kind of helps it stand out from the rest. Love this stuff. Definitely one of my 5 for life. Centerpiece for him. All right, this next fragrance is one that is now very popular within the confines of fragrance lovers. And I would like to think I had something to do with that. One of the first people to really, really talk about this fragrance a lot, and it's just because I loved it. This fragrance is obviously the one in the black bottle. This is Lafayette Street. Lafayette Street, coriander, apple, and broxin. And that's my favorite note again, tonka bean. Just love it. Again, one of these fragrances that I've told the story before. I was in a Bond No. 9 store in Miami. And besides my wife, there were 2 other ladies with us, and all 3 of them picked this as like one of their favorites. That's just the kind of scent profile it is. Very easy to wear, very, for certain, mass appealing scent profile is what comes to mind when I smell this fragrance. And it's just, at the end of the day, guys, it just smells great. It smells great. There's nothing overly complex about this. Some people have said it kind of has a designer kind of feel. I can kind of see that, but I love it. And that, again, that's what it's about at the end of the day. Definitely one of my 5 for life. The one in the black bottle. Check out Lafayette Street. And the biggest no-brainer on this list, the first Bond No. 9 to my collection. I love everything about it. The scent memories, the scent profile, everything. The presentation, and I'm talking about Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street. Violet leaves, blueberry, cinnamon, caramel, vanilla, some of the main notes. Amazing fragrance. It's green and gourmand at the same time. Amazing spring fragrance. I think the bottle screams spring, right? A lot of great scent memories attached to this one as well. I think Kevin Samuels is the first person I heard talk about this from what I can remember. Just love everything about it, man. Like I said, from the scent profile to the memories I have associated with this fragrance. My youngest son loves this fragrance. There's a lot about it for me personally to love it. And at the end of the day, like I said, this was the first one that I got into my collection. This holds a special place in my heart. This was, if I could only have one Bond No. 9 fragrance, it would be this. And again, it's not just about, because I got some others that may even, I would say, sometimes smell better than this maybe. But it's just special for me. And that's what this is about sometimes. My favorite Bond No. 9 fragrance, Bleecker Street. But that is it, guys. That is my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today. What will be your top 5 Bond No. 9 fragrances if you're into the brand, or maybe top 3? Maybe you don't have 5, maybe the top 3. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate your time, and I appreciate you guys' attention to these videos. You don't have to watch what you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. Please make sure you're sharing these out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Because I'm a guy, Darian, I'm the BowTie fragrance guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.